1, 2, 3, funk it.
Can we take a quick minute for the fit before we get started? Lovely sweater with some Adidas pants because I got dirt on my pants filming a project for school. We love that. Hi, I'm Maddie. Welcome back to my channel, and for today's video I'm going to be talking about my ACT experience, and I have this broken down into 3 different categories: what I did to prepare, how the test went, and what I'm going to be doing different in the future, because I'm sure I will need to be retesting multiple times to get the score that I want. Also, just realized my sign is not turned on. Subscribe and like. Anyways, without further ado, let's get on with the video. Starting off with what I did to prepare, there were a few different things that I did. The first one I'm going to be talking about is online preparation. Online preparation is super convenient because you can do it whenever you want, wherever you want, on your circumstances, on your terms. However, the drawback to that is if you're not a self-motivated person, don't even attempt online prep. If you're not going to have the initiative to get on it and do it when you have the time to do it or need to be doing it, it's not worth the time or money that you're putting into it. However, if you are a self-motivated person, you're going to stay on top of it and use it. Maybe you're an online student, so you already have experience with that, then I think that online preparation is a great resource. As a extreme online student, like I take so many online classes, honestly, I find it very easy to keep myself motivated to doing the preparation. If you're looking for a great free online resource, I would recommend Khan Academy. They go well beyond just YouTube math videos. When I was filming this, I thought that Khan Academy had both SAT and ACT prep, but upon further investigation, they just have SAT prep. So if you are for sure taking the ACT, this is still a good resource because the types of questions that you're being asked are very similar. It's just the style of the test is different, and obviously there's no science on the SAT, but I still think it's a great free resource if you're looking for something that is free. And if you're looking for a different option and you're willing to spend a little bit of money, I'd recommend the Princeton review. That is what I'm currently using. I find it to be very helpful. It introduces you to concepts that you need to help boost your score, and they have them marked by which ones are going to boost your score the most, all the way down to the ones that really aren't that big of a deal, so you can focus on the ones that are going to boost your score and you're going to get like visible results the first time. Whereas with other programs, like, it's not as tailored to you, but again, this does come with a cost. It just depends on how much you're willing to put into it. The second type of preparation that I did was tutoring. My school does not really teach grammar at all, so a lot of the grammar concepts on the SAT and ACT I've never seen. No one in my school has really ever seen. So last year I went for grammar tutoring for several months, and that really wasn't for the SAT or ACT. That was just to help me improve my writing in general, because I was working on some essays, overall bettering my writing. However, a lot of the concepts that I learned there show up on the SAT and ACT. So a few weeks before my test date, I went back and brushed up on the skills a little bit. I think that's a really good idea, to like go to tutoring for a while and build up the concepts you need, and then take a break, practice them on your own, go back to brush up on what you need to, so that way you're not paying every single week when you're just going over the concepts you already know, and you get a little bit of personal practice as well. The next form and last form of preparation that I did was going to my school's designated ACT prep sessions. So I know not everyone's school is going to have these sessions, but there are prep sessions that you can attend. Maybe it's a few hours on the weekends, or maybe your school offers them in the mornings or after school a couple of days a week. I found these to be somewhat helpful, mainly on the pacing. The instructor would time us based off how many questions we were answering at a time, so that way we could pace ourselves accordingly. However, a lot of the strategies that were mentioned in these sessions were ones that I had learned previously through online prep programs. So these sessions could take the place of your online prep if you're not as self-motivated and you need someone to be standing there telling you what to do, when to do it, how to do it, that sort of thing. Now it's time for my experience with the test. I'm not really going to go into a lot of detail on this because if you have taken a standardized test before, which I'm sure most of you watching have because of end of grade exams and end of course exams, it's basically like that, just a enlarged version of it. I would say a few takeaways that I got from this is that pacing is key. There were two sections, the math and science, that I believe I just paced myself on very well. In the English and reading, I did not pace myself well on, so that is one big takeaway. You really need to making sure that you are watching that clock and keeping up with your time so you don't spend all of your time stuck on a few questions when you could be answering more and getting more points. The next takeaway that I got is to definitely making sure that you are strategizing. For example, in the reading, there are 4 different types of passages: narrative, social science, humanities, and science. Natural science, if you know that you're going to be better at the natural science, humanities stuff, start there, even though that's passages 3 and 4, instead of starting at the beginning where you're not going to score points. I planned on doing this going into the test, but then my school did an online test, so it was not like as easy as flipping to passage 4, like you had to click through every single question to get there. So I just started with the first passage, and I wish that I hadn't because I felt like I wasted a lot of time unnecessarily. It's all about just playing to your strengths and knowing where you can score points and where you're going to lose points, so you can spend more time in the areas where you're going to gain points. And overall, it's just a very long test. You need to go into it knowing you're in it for the long haul and you're not going to be done in just an hour or two. Whenever my school did this testing session, it took close to 5 hours to complete. So know you're going to be there for a while and don't expect anything different. Now I'm going to talk about what I plan to do to prepare for next time and what I'm going to be doing different next time to hopefully improve my score. So the first thing that I'm going to be doing is really focusing on the reading section, because that is the section where I did the worst with the pacing and I just overall feel the least confident about it. So I need to work on being able to read those passages quickly and answer those questions quickly, and coming up with some strategies for myself to go through it a lot more quickly than I did during that testing session. Next, I want to refresh on some math topics. While I do feel pretty confident in my math skills, I think that refreshing on some of the math concepts that are taught in Math 1 and then never revisited in higher level math will be important, because those are concepts that are on the ACT and SAT and people just forget about them because you did them in 8th grade. You haven't done them since. And if we're being honest, nobody really remembers how to do a lot of the things from Math 1 unless if you have to use them in Math 2, 3, pre-calc, etc. And finally, I plan to spend a lot of time really focusing on my pacing for all of the sections, so that way I can feel more confident in my answers. Just overall feel more confident about the test. I feel like the pacing is the part that scares people the most and they feel the least confident in. And confidence is key when testing. So if I can go in feeling confident about my knowledge and the pacing, then you feel confident about the test as a whole. I hope that this sort of helped anyone who's not sure what to expect or isn't sure how they want to prepare or how they can boost their scores in the future. If you found some helpful tips in this video, be sure to give it a thumbs up. Comment down below any testing tips that you have. I'm sure we would all love to hear them. And be sure you're subscribed and have the bell turned on so you can be part of the hashtag M&M Squad. And I'll see you all in my next video. Bye!